If you're trying to be a streamer,
I'm saying...
why would you want to engage in ERP with your Oilers? Did you woof for them like you woof for me? I can't believe this. After telling him I heard he had a wife, he employs Darvo to disengage from the conversation, shifting the blame onto me and victimizing himself. Wait. All 8 pages of this happens over 2018, I believe.
God.
Because this last wall of text messages is October 2018. Yeah, 20th of October 2018. And it starts... Bro, it starts in August.
Jesus Christ, these guys got busy.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
Do we even know what's the overall issue with this? Like, what's the accusation or something?
Well, to be fair, it might actually be worth taking a look at this, walking through. So, when I was 20 years old, Jason Thor, aka PirateSoftware, age 31 at the time, emotionally abused and manipulated me for his own sexual and financial gain. Thor's actions have had a severe impact on my life, causing me to give up being a university student and content creator. The website details our interactions, how he manipulated me, and how I was coerced into silence. After I was silent in 2019, I tried to forget about that experience. However, I started to see Thor's resurgence on online platforms. I decided to write a Google Doc about my experience with Thor. At first, I was going to point out his hypocrisy when he accused me of cheating on him when I role-played with somebody else. I documented each of these conversations, putting together my traumatic experience, bit by bit, in a way that I did not previously comprehend. Over time, it evolved into this website.
God damn, what a betrayal. How dare you asterisk nuzzle with someone else?
Well, I'm wondering how the f did this person, like, end up, giving up being a content creator and, like, dropped out of university.
Yeah, the content creator thing, I understand, you know, like, to get away from all of it. I obviously don't know what happened, but like your IRL university, that's f***ed up if that's the case. Yeah.
It is my understanding that Thor like attacked a university in like Second Life, so maybe he did that for real this time.
How I met Thor. On my YouTube channel, I would upload piano transcriptions of music from video games. Among them, indie games such as Undertale, Celeste, and One Shot. In February 2018, I would transcribe and publish a track from Thor's game, Heartbound. We started talking shortly after, with our conversations mostly revolving about the copyright and content creation. In August 26, 2018, I would make a large donation of $800 to Thor while he was streaming the development of his game. From that moment onward, Thor suddenly expressed intense romantic interest in me. On the next day, August 27th, Thor would, unprovoked, initiate erotic roleplay with me. Our love would continue to blossom. You asked the same question that I was thinking. Why?
Yeah, why would you... Also, a 20-year-old in university... Rich parents? Like,
It's gotta be rich parents, right?
Yeah, like, what else?
There is a picture of this person somewhere, and it's like, they're Asian.
No. Oh.
Shameful.
I think I've seen the picture of that person. I didn't realize that was them.
The chat pulled it up, I think.
They are very, very Asian, I believe.
If anyone has a picture...
You know what I mean? Like, they're not half and half, you know?
Constructing Commitment, the next sequel to Manufacturing Consent.
Wait, construction what?
Constructing commitment. The next chapter.
Mm.
He started to shower me with affection, praise, and attention, making me feel special and valued. Love bombing. However, I would express any reluctance to commit to him, and solely with him, he would shame me by calling me corrupt or clueless. Let's go to love bombing.
Whoa.
You get excited.
Gotta be censored? No, I'm just worried that if it's gonna be okay, there's nothing here.
Yeah. Love bombing can describe an intense displays of affection. Do not care. Where are the chat logs? Okay.
Is there a full fucking like Wikipedia in this?
There is. You can go to the sidebar and there's all the conversations there. So this is one of the conversations. Okay.
Wait, was one of those tabs Thor's gods? Oh, goals.
The primary purpose of the article is to contrast with Thor's demeanor in the final conversation, where he attempts to deny any advances towards Lyric. As far as I knew, we were fooling around and seeing if we were compatible. Fooling around and seeing if we were compatible. You've been pushing a lot of commitment kind of thing, but I have a lot of work stuff going on and not a lot of time. Dedication.
Thor said that.
No, Lyric said that. He's trying to push for commitment.
Oh.
Dedication.
So Lyric sent...
No, wait, on the left, that's Thor. On the right, it's...
That's Thor.
No, I'm...
Yeah. That's Thor, right?
This is the opposite way
I
around
mean,
than I expected.
read the red. The primary purpose of this article is to contrast with Thor's demeanor in the final conversation.
Okay.
So that has to be a Thor message.
That would make sense. Okay. Early on, Thor would establish a pattern of emotional dependence, seeming to mirror Lyric's desires and emphasize them. I was just wondering if you wanted to hop in another call tonight, and if not tonight, then sometime else, uwu.
Oh, so
Thor.
fuck.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, every day, like I said, silly. My night stream starts in 20 minutes. If you're awake after, we should call.
All right.
But yes, my plan is to be on voice chat with you every day.
Okay. You really make my life a ton better.
You make mine better too. You're so good to me.
Thor always expects the same dedication from Lyric, conveying his emotional dependence on them.
Of course. Thanks, babe.
My pleasure, love heart emoji.
Morale.
Uwu.
Oh, they're talking about morale in their DMs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
Uwu.
There's morale and dickers in there.
True.
I should change my name to Notters. That's
Oh my god.
This is now a furry ERP channel.
Oh my god. But okay, so far, I think my read of it, and it could go totally different, but I think my read of it being like he's just trying to line her up as his regular, sexting buddy. Oh, okay. The submissive, breedable woman vibe got to me. Okay, so the what was I saying? Oh, so he was he being
Dicker's voice acting definitely
Thor.
sold it.
That is so true. He was like just trying to line up like a regular cyber sex friend, right? Like regularly, and not necessarily trying to romance them, I suppose. This is my prediction is that they, the 20-year-old had expectations. And yeah, I think that Thor let him believe that this was going in a certain direction.
But I don't
Like,
think
was
they had
plausibly ignorant to himself.
I don't think
But
Thor
I don't
had
know
like
yet.
I don't think they ever met up. Well, they didn't regularly meet up in person. I think they did meet up, but I don't know. It's still to be seen if they ever actually had sex. You know what I mean?
Or I mean, like, goon buddy. How about that? Like the I want to talk to you every day thing isn't because he loves talking to him. Because he's so fascinated in
who's
love.
also into
Yeah,
furry
he's found.
stuff.
Yes, exactly, and he wants to like lock that down to his regularly scheduled whatever it is he does. Stream, sleep, goon. But he
The
let
grind set.
Yeah, the pepper grinder set. So yeah, I mean we'll see, but I feel like he probably had this narrative in his head because of how he engaged with her. He wasn't like technically driving her. I keep
Him.
him. I'm gonna let it play out. Let's let it play out, and then it'll become more clear what I'm trying to say, or not.
Hey Thor. Wait, no, sorry. I need Uwu.
5 H's.
Can't believe this. No effort into this. Hey Thor, how are you?
Not great. Surrounded by people. How are you?
Asterisk hugs you gently.
Missed you today. Been wonky lately.
Aw, sleepy Thor. Wonky. You really getting to bed at a reasonable hour? Even so, I hope you're not feeling too bad. Do you feel ill?
Nah, not ill. Just missing you and hoping you miss me.
Unconditional support. Thor would show unconditional support for Lyric. This was a very weird statement for a 31-year-old to make to a 20-year-old.
Can't see why anyone would want to break up with you, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Can't
that
see
like
why anyone would break up with you, to be honest. Sorry.
I think that I see that this person, Lyric, he has hyper analyzed every word that PirateSoftware has ever said to him, and is like interpreting it in like various ways when really like I don't think he thought that much into that. That just seems like a part of the engagement, the emotional aspect of the engagement.
Yeah, well,
it's not that deep.
They're probably kind of flirting or somewhat kind of like
Yeah,
goon buddies.
Flirtatious goon buddies that maybe like vent about their lives a bit.
Pet names. Thor would use pet names to establish a sense of intimacy and attachment. He would also use them to praise Lyric submission. Training.
Lyrics is,
what are the
submission.
There's a list. Look, there's a list.
Is that going to take us to... Oh, no. No! Oh, wait, I don't need to read these.
infatuated woof. Spoiled by this little woof. Good boy. Little pet woof. You like being my good little pup, don't you? Turns his head up and kisses you softly. My woof. Of course. Thanks, babe. Starting up now, babe. Flops down on his stomach with his arms up. Whatever you like, babe.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? They're young. They don't know.
But he's in his
like calling
30s.
Someone.
Oh, you mean Lyric?
Yeah. Lyric is looking at this stuff, feeling like this is special between them. But I'm sure that PirateSoftware has called many people babe and wolf and stuff. You know.
Okay. Training submission. You still go to read?
Yeah.
Thor will often compliment Lyric for their submission, and reward them with praise for agreeing with him.
It sounds to me like you like the idea of being a submissive pet.
Blushing face? Only sometimes.
Sleeps on the floor, wants a collar, loves my bone.
Huh. Blushing face? I really want to be yours forever.
Little pet wolf. You're fine. Always a shy dog. Hecking pupper. Sometimes it feels like you're interested in being a pet more than a partner. Is that the case?
What? No. Not really. Whoa. Whoa. Sometimes it feels like you're interested in being a pet more than a partner. Is that the case? And they say no. I mean, that's a clear signal, but it sounds like things go south after this. So.
Devoted wolf.
Asterisk. Nod. Am yours, uwu.
You really want to be mine no matter what, huh?
Well, not no matter what. Meeting up. Thor really looks forward to meeting Lyric, expressing his excitement and even counting down the days until they meet.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun with you at TwitchCon.
Blushing face? Cuddling is also on my list, if we have time for that.
I call Big Spoon.
Okay. How unfortunate it would be if some innocent cuddles turned into something more.
Super wanty. 15 days. 7 days. 5 days.
Okay, there we are. That is the love bombing. Okay. Calling me corrupt or clueless. Let's have a look at that. What, cheating? Okay. Pulling back. In this conversation, Thor notices that I've been distant. I express my insecurities about my adequacy. Oh,
I want to spend more time together moving forward. You seem to have pulled back a bit.
School has been really beating me up, to be honest. But I'll try harder.
You just seem so interested and then suddenly not.
Sorry. I really don't know what to say, except that I've been a lot busier. But also, I don't think I'd like ending up. I would really like... But also, I don't think I would really end up being enough for you as a mate. So, I've kind of backed off in that regard. Though, that doesn't change the fact that I would want to spend more time with you still.
Huh.
Okay.
Oh, Thor's married to his wife by then and has a committed relationship with someone else and lives with both of them? Okay.
Wait, so is he polyamorous?
I guess so. But here what I wanted to say is, like, if you are in your late 20s and on, leave the ones that are like freshly hot out of the oven alone. You know what I mean? If they haven't had any experiences. Huh? Yeah, don't mess with the babies. No, yeah, like, you know, someone who clearly doesn't have any context for you know, I guess engagement,
or dynamics,
you know? Yeah, relationships. Yeah, any kind of dynamics. If you are very experienced in it, don't do this over the internet. You know what I mean? Like, it can be you meet someone who's like 21, you're 27 or something, and you work somewhere. okay, that sounds weird. I don't know. There's context in real life where it's like, okay, I'm not gonna, it's fine. But generally, and especially on the internet, just like someone's inexperienced in relationships, don't come in with all your baggage and your usual and imprint this onto a, blank piece of warm clay.
I would
that make
unfortunately dismiss that as a woman opinion. But if you're trying to be a streamer,
I'm saying,
why would you want
Yes.
to engage in ERP with your Oilers? If that relationship sours, that is getting leaked 100%. I don't know why you would even start to entertain that. I would say for me,
I mean, the
that's
ERP
where
is going
this
to be very
starts.
oily.
gooning.
That's where this starts to get a
gooning
little
and-
bit weird. People talk about like
But
Oiler
people
relationships
also-
and how to manage them, but engaging in ERP with them and tell them the intimate details of your life is just like weird as fuck to me.
I mean, yeah. I guess it's weird on multiple levels. But I was just thinking in the context of, as an older person, looking at someone who is older, talking to someone who is so inexperienced and doesn't know what's going on, I just think it's very icky.
Musty and Chud never leaked. Did they ever erp?
Maybe they did.
I think I've heard things behind the scenes, to be fair. Like nothing ever leaked. It's like the Bo Black stress, you know what I mean? It's like it's so
Chud coming in
widely
with the
kind of
Pingala.
known that it's a little bit of an Oprah secret, but
That they were dating.
Well, no, it's the same dynamic, to be fair. So Chud will deny it to the ends of the earth, but there was some good doggos thrown around, some enthusiastic boofs. A lot of those as well, yeah. Some nuzzles and hums and, a lot of tips.
Parentheses, meta comments.
What do you mean misinformation? Okay, yes. Why are you so defensive? Okay, anyway.
Of who? Who's she defensive of?
I don't know
Hi,
if she's
Babica.
defensive of Chud or Musty. Maybe both of them. Who knows? Maybe she just
I don't know.
doesn't want me just slandering like a bigger streamer that I orbit. Maybe. It's just banter, okay? It's just banter. I'm talking
Listen,
about
I'm
you,
taking-
Chud Logic. You're gooning with
I
your
am
Oilers.
absorbing. Listen, I don't know anything about anything, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm just absorbing everything Dicker says as truth.
Mhm.
So this is
You
canon
shouldn't.
now.
Well, I'm just saying, if you don't know about it, you must not be in the same group chats as me. There we are. Anyway. Role-playing. I mention that I've been role-playing with another person. Wait, I see stickers here.
Oh, cool.
The blur is on.
So, are you really that interested? I felt like maybe you found someone else or something.
Yes, I'm interested. I'm sorry I haven't been super active lately, but it's just because school's been kicking my ass.
And you didn't find anyone else?
Hyena looking to the side like with a little furrowed brow, smile, raised eyebrow. I don't know how to describe. What
Kind
would
of
you say this
suspicious,
is?
maybe slightly smug, maybe?
Yeah, smug, suspicious, like you didn't find anyone else?
To be honest, I've been flirting around, but no, not really found anyone else.
Flirting around?
Yeah. Ooh.
What you mean?
Like, ERP.
Well,
Dude, PirateSoftware
he wants her
cannot
to be
help the fucking, like, Reddit.
Why do I keep saying her? You know what? I think of every victim as like C. Samarin's victims now. Like all the dramas happening at once. Everything is coagulated into like one Uber victim. And I guess the gender of that Uber victim is she, her.
Wait.
But
They do
What?
have a cock. Wait, do they have a cock or a gawk?
They said him in this, so they were referring. Both of them are referring to your character as him. So.
But I heard somebody on Twitter referred to them by she/her pronouns. Let me go on to
maybe that's what.
I believe they are male, but might have an altered identity.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, they were saying he, him in their role play, so if there's ever a time to use, other pronouns, why not?
Okay. They've got a penis, and they don't have pronouns in bio, so they are getting labeled male, unfortunately. Okay.
Not unfortunately, they said he, him in their thing. It's just my Uber victim coagulation in my mind. That is a she, I guess. But so he's polyamorous. So PirateSoftware is polyamorous and wants this guy to not be, I guess. Wants him to be his good little boy. His good little dog boy.
Doggo.
Unspoiled.
Hold on, I gotta find a video.
Okay, I'll carry on reading. Shaming. Thor shames Lyric for role-playing, treating them like filth, and accusing them of cheating on him.
So Thor, I saw you pulled up that tweet, which was him denying that anything sexual happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he tried and it didn't happen. Cool.
Yeah.
Just good to know. I guess he is a Omega liar. I heard he's a liar in general, right? I didn't pay attention to his drama too much, but he's already a known liar.
Likes to brag and exaggerate his achievements.
I think so,
But anyway, you ignored my advances and erped with other dudes. Not much else to say there. To be real, this is fucked up. Like, I have no idea if you even realize how fucked up it is to me. We even have plans to meet up IRL in like a month. This is the reason I don't date people. Can't stop yourself from fucking around for 5 minutes. I was literally here every night trying to get affection from you while you were fucking somebody else.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it fucking is how it is. You replied to me when you could, but you had time to erp with others?
I don't know how many others you think there were, but there was one. And I don't think you know how many times I did it. And it was 2. That's
Neat.
true.
Mine 0 and fucking 0, because I told you I was into you and you had mutual plans with you. To express that in person. Pro tip, foundations don't include fucking other people. I
What?
super don't trust you after this little side quest, so what do you want? No, like, I don't trust you. You did something really fucking messed up here. You could have just come to me any fucking time and been like, yo, I'm turned on right now.
I was when you were asleep. To be fair, our sleep schedules don't exactly align.
Who gives a fuck if I was asleep? Sorry I fucked someone else, but you were asleep at the time, so?
After conflating roleplay with real-life sex, Thor accuses Lyric of cheating.
No, right now I'm super not. You broke my trust and showed me you could easily just cheat on me on a whim.
The following transcript has incomplete annotations, and not all hostile behaviors will be called out. Wait.
Spoiler.
Since this is long, I'm just gonna put on the blur and whiz through it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Bro!
There's a couple pictures. Oh my god.
Bruh.
This is text over like... Okay, 1 sec.
This is gonna take like an hour to fucking read through, bro.
Yeah, I know. Let's go to the...
So basically...
Let's go to the tastiest bits, right at the end.
Well, don't go backwards like that. We're not seeing cause and effect here, at least if we're scroll downward.
No, I know, but I'm going. Okay. Let's go.
There's the you broke my trust thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Even Ice King knows you fucked up.
This might be funny.
Okay.
What the? Even Ice King knows you fucked up.
Who's Ice King?
I have
What
no
is
idea.
this?
He sent him a link. What's that link?
You blew it, man.
Oh.
You blew it, man.
What the fuck?
I.
That is so
Dude,
cringe.
we need to start
I
from
don't even
here.
know what to say.
We need to start
That's
from
how you
here.
know. That's how you know the furry ERP relationship is over, guys. When you get the
when they
Ice
send
King
you the
video.
Adventure Time gift. Okay, this is all important. Okay. We start from here. This is the reason I don't date people. Nice. Okay,
Oh, this is the full transcript of
this is the full one. Let's just go for the last bit.
Oh. Okay, got it.
Okay, where do you want me to start?
Okay. I seriously didn't know, dude. You fucked me like having just met me.
You bought a ticket to TwitchCon to come see me, and you didn't know? You're being ridiculous.
Yes. I know how I view you, but I didn't know how you
Wait,
view
is
me.
he talking about his feelings? Are these about his feelings? About
I think
him?
so. Because they're talking about having mutual plans.
Oh, the 0 out
the
of
cheating
0. Oh,
thing.
okay, that's where we were.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Except I told you constantly, and showed you affection, that I was interested, but like to take things slow to build a foundation. Pro tip, foundations don't include fucking other people.
You're right. And I'm sorry.
And the last week or two you stopped being affectionate back, suddenly had no time for me, and now you tell me you were erping with another dude. Not like I need any more of a hint than that.
I'm not trying to throw you any hints. If I stop being affectionate, I'm sorry. I never meant to stop that. Me not having time for you was simply because I just didn't have time. I have a lot of deadlines to work around.
Clearly had enough time for someone else. Hope it was worth it.
If you watch when I'm on Telegram, you'd know that any time I'm online, I replied to you if you said something. And no, it wasn't worth it. Because I said I'm sorry. And I do regret it. I don't expect forgiveness. But at least understanding. There was no time at all, and I had time for someone else, but not for you.
Clearly there was. You had time to e-fuck someone else twice, in your own words. Seriously, dude, in the future, if you have a love interest, don't do this stupid shit. This is mad retarded. Yo, is Thor allowed to say that?
I don't know. I thought he didn't like that kind of language. It's interesting.
I think he might have
Is
checked
that
it
true?
I think so.
Oh yeah,
I
it's like
didn't know that. He's anti-R word?
I believe so. I think he's kind of a hackbox,
I think he may in
like a little
fact be
hackbox guy.
anti-R word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
You're right.
You blew it. Isn't that the video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You blow it. Like I said, I'm sorry, and I don't expect forgiveness. And I hope we can still be friends.
Even Ice King knows you fucked up. I super don't trust you after this little side quest. So, what do you want?
Just
Haha, World of Warcraft reference.
to be friends. I like being around you. Ooh.
No, like, I don't trust you. You did something really fucking messed up here. And it was super needless. Like, really fucking absurd.
I regret it. I seriously do. It was not worth it.
You could have just come to me any fucking time and been like, yo, I'm turned on, bro, right now. Like, yeah, no, we just did on voice recently. But hey, man, text fucking another bloke. Text fucking another bloke must have been so enticing, right? Fuck's sake.
It was when you were asleep. To be fair, our sleep schedules don't exactly align.
Thor must have been posting Blade Runner gifs while this was happening. Whatever, it's like in the snow. Who gives a fuck if I was sleeping? Sorry I fucked someone else, but you were asleep at the time, so... fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. You know what I was looking forward to when you got back on and we talked shit out? Fucking spending... what?
Huh?
Fucking spending the day with your ass. Now I can't.
No, you know
Why
what
the
he
honest
means, right?
fuck did you do this?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry isn't an answer, dude. What the fuck was the reason? Was it like a long-time friend or some shit?
Yes, but that's no excuse.
Did you lavish them in love yous and let's meet ups like you did with me? And further, was this shit even online? Welt? Well?
Did you woof for them like you woof for me? I can't believe this.
Oh my
The betrayal.
God.
I can't believe you've done
I was
this
gonna
to me.
spend all day on your ass.
Oh my God.
Can you scroll up back to that? What the fuck was that line, bro?
I think it's
I wanted to spend the day with you.
I wouldn't spend the day with
Like
your ass.
Fucking spending the day with your ass. No, I can't.
It's too good, dude. It's too good. I
No,
read
I
it the
can't.
exact same way. The European mind it just does not comprehend. Fucking spending the day with your ass. Now I can't. Why the honest fuck did you do this? I love this. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. No, I didn't lavish them up, and yes, it was online. I'm typing a last-minute lab report right now, so please excuse any delays.
Man, fuck your lab report. This is bullshit. Do you know them IRL too?
No, I don't.
Then why?
They're across the country because I wasn't looking for love from them. It was just an impulse, and I acted like it was just an impulse, and I'm sorry that I acted on it.
Well, what now? How can I be sure you wouldn't do this again?
Because now I know you're interested. And yes, I should have picked up on that, but I really didn't. And I'm sorry for that.
No, right now I'm super not. You broke my trust and showed me you could easily just cheat on me on a whim.
This
With
guy.
no reasoning behind it at all. Just like being horny was all it took. Then you ping me with saying you wouldn't be a good mate for me, and then walk it back. Now this? Like, dude, I respect myself way too much to let anyone treat me this way.
Oh my God.
Being horny wasn't all it took. I felt like I could never amount to anything of worth compared to you. You always know what to do, but I'm just a mess that tumbled into your life.
Oh, are we gonna go to the specific reasons why you went fishing with me already on the line?
What am I supposed to think about myself other than be a nervous wreck with nothing to show for? And no, we aren't.
I have an idea. How about act like your namesake?
And what would that be?
You pride yourself on being a dog, but I'm not seeing the loyalty. Fix that. Maybe we'll talk when you do.
Alright. I'm here for you no matter what.
Deranged.
Don't. Is this Chud logic? Is Chud logic? Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. If you were here for me...
Well, no, it's because they're a dog, right? It's because they're a dog.
Furry logic?
Pup logic? Pup logic?
Cob logic? Oh no. If you were here for me, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I could have texted you more. In all honesty, I was intimidated by you.
You could have not friend too, but here we are.
Maybe you think I'm too naive. Maybe you'd find it weird if I kept being obsessed about you.
No, I thought you were sweet, creative, passionate, and dedicated. Now, you just come across as a user.
Maybe I'm none of those things. I'm sorry to disappoint.
About. You sound like you're high or You sound like you're high or dissociating. God damn, what the f is wrong with everyone around me? Also, you can't blame you fucking your friend on me by saying you were intimidated by me.
I'm not. As I said, there's no excuse. I'm sorry. And I regretted it. You specifically asked for a reason, so that's why I said it. I'm none of those things you want me to be, Thor. I'm just a dog. And that's all I'll ever be.
You gave me a bunch of vague-ass answers that don't have any context or meaning. And you're not a dog. You're a fucking human that can't keep his dick in his pants.
I know what reasons you're looking for, then.
What a twist.
You want me to paint the scene for you? I don't mean to be rude, but I seriously don't know what you expect for an answer.
Honestly, I'm lashing out because you blindsided me with this, and it broke my fucking heart, dude. I don't open up to people I don't engage in relationships. Fuck, my community doesn't... My community doesn't even know I'm a gay furry.
Oh my god. To be honest, I knew that he was a furry. I didn't know that he was gay until now.
I think it's pretty obvious that he's a gay furry when you look at him for like 2 minutes. I made it pretty clear that I was interested. And you friend claiming you didn't know and you never even asked me.
I seriously didn't catch on. Partly because we on day 0, I figured that was the norm.
Day 0.
Day 0
Yet you,
patch. Day 0.
Yet you didn't ask. Notice how I asked if you went after someone else? Know why? Because what? Aiko still has eggs.
Stop. She said she was going to make eggs. And I don't... Sorry, you're in a flow. I didn't want to distract you with that.
Because your pattern of behavior changed, and that usually means, well, this. Pretty f***ing obvious.
I'm not after anyone else. This dude and I have been friends for a long time and would never date, and we recognize that. Of course, that doesn't mean Of course, that doesn't make what I did any less repulsive, but I just wanted to clarify.
Doesn't matter. You lusted after him and changed the way you acted to me. What's that Bible quote about lusting in your mind being the same as
truly I say unto you, if you have lusted after a woman in your heart, you have already committed adultery in your heart. Or if you have lusted after a woman, you've already committed adultery in your heart. Fuck.
Excellent. And the I didn't know defense makes zero sense here, considering our interactions. And you saying you love me all the time, like, why jeopardize that if you do? Why jeopardize that if you love me? The hell's the point?
I can guarantee that any change in manner towards you is because of the circumstances. I think you're misattributing the cause and effect here.
Of course I am. I'm emotional and hurt. I was already having a bad time, and now I found out the boy I like was e-fucking his friend instead of me. Feels pretty fucking bad, man.
I didn't mean anything by it. I'm sorry. I've been busy lately.
Well, it means a lot to me. I don't give a shit about the busy lately part. What? I don't give a shit about the busy lately part right now. I give a shit about you fucking other people while claiming you love me.
If I could take it back, I would. I don't know what to tell you other than I'm sorry. And I wouldn't let it happen again.
But how can I trust you won't?
I don't know what I could do other than give you my word. Which, doesn't seem to be a great solution right now.
Your word has a pretty bad exchange rate currency-wise right now.
Yeah, I, screwed up. Yeah,
It's,
I screwed up. I never wanted to hurt you, and I never wanted you to feel like I wasn't interested. I should have made more time for you. I should have done anything with, I shouldn't have done anything with anyone else, regardless of circumstances. I've let you down, and I'm sorry. I don't expect forgiveness, but at the very least, I want you to know that I wasn't trying to throw you any hints or be shady about any of it. And if you can't rely on me as a mate, I want you to still be able to rely on me as a friend.
well, your words are increasing in value at least.
I'm glad, because I mean each one.
Hey, look, my message at the community worked.
Just read it. Nice post. Good to see you having those high viewer counts again.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that's the end of the transcript. So that's the end of the cheating. Wait. I need to go back to the summary. I feel like we already know that PirateSoftware's a dick, right? And I
Pretty
don't know
much,
what
yeah.
they've proven beyond that. When I told him repeatedly that I was not interested in a committed relationship, Thor insisted that I change my mind. Not taking no for an answer, among the tactics he employs, he tried to gaslight me into believing I was already implicitly committed to him by virtue of having no other love interests in my life. Huh? Okay. Thor says you are already committed. We see that Thor continues even further to convince Lyric that they want to date him. Start of October.
Alright, so. You're not a sex-crazed skis. You're an awkward dumbass who doesn't know what words mean and actually wants to be with me but has loose ends with people online and only online. Right or wrong?
Right. Uwu.
Alright, with that in mind, I'm good with being with you at TwitchCon, and more than that. Take the time you need to tie up your loose ends. That stuff isn't hard unless you were dating them in secret and don't know what to do now. A simple, hey, I'm seeing someone I can't, if they come on to you again, is pretty much all that takes.
Asterisk. Nod, nod. I feel really dumb.
Why?
Because, like, I threw you for a whole trip because I didn't know how to use words.
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry.
Huff.
Asterisk. Nuzzles. Uwu.
You are one frustrating doggo, let me tell you. Nuzzles back and bites your shoulder.
Some might call me a masterpiece. Dog waving emoji.
Nope.
That's like a confused side slant dog face. Awkward, anxious, speaking dog face.
Holy fuck, 3D.
Crying dog face.
3D popcorn dog.
Crying dog face.
Whatever expression that is.
I guess it's like a sideways, like a side-eye smirk. No. Waving doggo. XP.
Alright, so, now that we've discussed literally everything, what exactly is your plan with me? And what are you going to do? I don't want any more surprises.
I didn't mean to surprise you.
Stay on target.
Right. I'm not ready for a commitment. I promised a friend I would stay out of a relationship for a year. Different friend who I ERP'd with, mind you.
Alright, keep going.
I want to go to TwitchCon with you still.
You seem to want to hook up at TwitchCon. Is this the case or not?
I wouldn't be opposed.
So, you want an IRL sexual relationship with me, but not be committed.
Oh, whoa.
And you don't want to have IRL sexual stuff with anyone else, right?
Yes.
Smacks your head.
Oh, whoa.
Domestic abuse via text.
I don't even
Holy
know what
fuck.
that means. Smacks your head. I mean, I
Yeah, it's
understand
like slaps it.
if it was like a pat, like a dog pat, or if it was like your face palming, smacks your head.
No, it's look at the next like text. It's clearly like a slap.
Okay. Oh, whoa.
That's the same thing as being in a committed relationship, you dingus. Why are you like this?
See, he's taking advantage of the fact that the kid doesn't have any experience, so he's able to gaslight him into thinking, oh, this is what people do.
No,
Like, duh.
no. I think Thor is
Yes.
unironically trying to understand what they want, and they don't have the words.
No,
Or
no,
there's
no.
huge miscommunications
No.
going on.
No. Thor informing the guy that that's how it works. If you don't want to have sex with anyone else IRL, that means it's the same as a committed relationship. So therefore, you were cheating on me by sexting someone else.
This is a different conversation. This is
What?
talking about the
I've
relationship
been listening
going
the whole
forward.
time.
So this is
Huh?
at the start of October.
Thor says you already admit. Wait, when was the other? I mean, it's
They're
still
trying to
part
have
of the
a-
larger whole.
That's true, but they're having a conversation right now about what their relationship is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've been listening this whole time.
Mm-hmm. But this is on
What I'm saying
the
is
1st of October.
he's manipulating him.
Mm.
Right, but he's manipulating him, saying, like, telling him what a commitment looks like, what something is, what you should implicitly know. Like, obviously that everyone knows this, but that person doesn't have enough experience in life and relationships to know that, no, that's not just the default setting. No, you do have to have these conversations. Like, no one says this. No one, like, that's why you have to have, like, exclusivity talks and stuff like that. You have to talk about these things. You're not just, like, automatically in a relationship with someone unless you, like, make someone believe that you are.
Mm.
So
Yeah, but if you want to remain monogamous, right?
yeah, so you have that conversation, but this person, like, it's not cheating when they had no, like, defined relationship at all.
I don't think this is in relation to him
When was
trying
the
to
other
scold
thing?
them about cheating.
Wait, when was the cheating? It's the same day.
I don't think
It's all the same day.
The 1st of October.
Yeah, look up. October 1st. October 1st.
Yeah, but this is a different
October
page
1st.
one now.
What?
This is a
No,
this is
all of the... Wasn't...
So the role playing with another person.
Oh, September
it was
25th.
It was like a week after.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's still, like, he's carrying on this narrative of, like, oh, yeah, you should have known these unspoken rules of how it works, and he's, like, building onto that. You know what I mean? Like, so that way, this person is going to, like, start second-guessing himself IRL instead of living freely as a young person should. You know?
I think
So
I
he's
get
like-
where you're going with that, but I think I still disagree because he seems to be genuinely trying to find out where their relationship stands. So, for example,
No,
like,
I
he's
completely
looking,
disagree.
but he's looking kind of prospectively at TwitchCon. Well, we've agreed to be on TwitchCon. You've said that it seems like you want to hook up there because it seems like he's genuinely unsure where they stay in where they are in the relationship together.
He could be not totally sure, but he is leading the guy to a certain point, which is, so you want to have sex with me and you're not going to have sex with anyone else, then duh, we're in a committed relationship. So it's like, oh, there's this thing you should have known that you didn't know. What else don't you know about, these kinds of situations?
Well, I think I see where you're reading that in, but I think ultimately, I think this is just pirate software being incredibly condescending and like telling
but he's
somebody
also
else how
he's
it works.
31, he's married, yeah, but he's telling her these things for a reason. I keep calling him he's I keep forgetting this person's name too. Oh my god.
But this isn't gaslighting, right? Like, he's not denying their truth.
No, this is a part of, like, immersing this person into, like, that overall mindset. He's, like, building upon, like, the atmosphere of like, like, being able to, like, predict this person's behavior and responses and stuff, and therefore, like, more skillfully manipulate them in the future to be like, we've talked about this, blah blah blah, and then add things on top of it. Like, I know these kinds of people.
I get what you mean, and I think obviously both of it, like, explains the behavior, but I think you can explain all of this with Thor having an incredibly strong personality, being incredibly condescending, taking charge, condescending somebody, patronizing them, wanting to, like, teach them how it goes. He's had a misunderstanding, and it's their fault because they're not using words correctly. And then he's trying to hash out, okay, this statement, true or false. This statement, true or false. This statement, right? But I don't think any of that is within,
he's
like,
leading her to, or fuck. I'm gonna call him them.
I think he's genuinely
leading
trying to
them
get clarity
to,
because he feels like he's been messed
Right.
around.
yes, he feels slighted. He's like, what else have you been keeping from me? What else is, like, you know what I mean? Like, what else don't I know about?
No, I think this has been had, like, a week after he finds out about the cheating. And I think you're saying that I think you're tying it in when it's not necessarily directly relevant. Because I guess he's just having the conversation
no,
of, like,
I mean,
where are we? What are we?
I think it's all the same thing. I think it's all a part. Like, he's coming at it from different angles. Like, he's we'll see as it goes on. I definitely could be inaccurate with him.
Mhm.
I don't know him, but, like, this is the pattern of behavior that I'm seeing develop.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens from here on out if he
Okay.
starts building on it.
Okay. After he manipulated me into asking him to date me, he was able to convince me to act my part of a committed relationship without being, quote unquote, official, by blaming my reluctance, saying no to him several times.
As long as we don't have any more surprises like this, yes. I like a week for things to calm down.
TwitchCon meet. Throughout our conversations, he constantly pushes for us to meet at TwitchCon 2018. He then regularly brings up how nice it would be to see me there, and how we would have a lot of fun there even counting down the days till we meet. We met up at TwitchCon 2018, as planned, on October 26th. On our first day, we roamed with Shay and other streamers. By night, the group went to a bar, but I could not join since I was underage. Aiko, I can hear the clinking and the clanging.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's alright.
I thought I muted. Sorry.
Later that night, Thor excused himself from the bar to join me in my hotel room. On the second day, while we were roaming without Thor, Shay mentions that Thor has a secret wife.
Oh.
After we went back to Thor's hotel room, I messaged him about a wife, which he denied and blamed me for misunderstanding. Final conversation. Huh.
Damn. Okay. I didn't realize where the wife figured into this.
Okay. Confronting Thor about wife. After telling him I heard he had a wife, he employs Darvo to disengage from the conversation, shifting the blame onto me and victimizing himself.
As far as I knew, we were fooling around and seeing if we were compatible. You've been pushing a lot for a commitment kind of things. But I have a lot of work stuff going on and a lot fucking hell. And not a lot of time.
And a wife, apparently.
Is there a ring on my finger? Lol.
There's not. I just heard about it. That's all.
Neat.
Oh, Darvo is like deny and reverse victim and offender, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to... Okay, because Clover Cutie was asking. Okay. There's not. I just heard about it. That's all.
Neat.
I don't want to jump to conclusions, so I just wanted to talk, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make it weird.
It's a bit weird.
It is. I guess I just feel like I'm in an awkward place right now.
Nice. Thanks for the giant awkward bomb.
Huh?
So he's completely changed the narrative. Cool.
I mean, is that Darvo? I'm not sure because I don't think this is abuse, but he's definitely being a cunt about this.
He's definitely gaslighting him.
What?
Like when he said at the very beginning, the first thing he said. Read it.
That's not gaslighting, though. That's just lying.
Yeah, to be like, gaslighting involves lying.
Yeah, gaslighting
rewriting the narrative
lying.
And making you...
No, but gaslighting is denying something that somebody else has experienced, usually with the intent of making them feel crazy.
Right. Well, to rewrite a narrative.
Yeah, but
he's
most
saying,
lying is to rewrite a narrative, right?
Yeah, okay. Listen, I think personally that him saying to him, I'm not saying her, him saying to them, as far as I knew, we were fooling around, seeing if we were compatible, and saying that they've been pushing for a commitment.
Oh,
we just saw.
Yeah. Sorry. You are right. Yeah, that is about their kind of like prior interactions, and yeah. I agree with you there, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant about the denying the wife shit. Pardon me. Okay.
Oh, no.
Apologies. After I spoke...
You're forgiven.
...with Shay... I'm sorry.
Nah, dude, you're not. Sending logs to Shay?
What? I don't know what you want.
Please leave me alone. You showed Shay logs of our conversations, and now he's talking to me about them. Why that would be ever okay is beyond me.
I have no words for you right now. But if you would have just told me what's going on, I would have been fine with it.
Don't really care, dude. Nothing is even going on.
Look, when I showed Shay, I had no idea how deep this ran.
How deep this ran? Lol. Definitely not discussing it with you.
Annotated transcript. Oh, what? Oh, because they're inserting their own annotations. I really do not care to read that. I mean, yeah, this person just seems to be trying to take down Pirate Software. I don't like the amount of narrativization that's going on here, though. I feel like usually, like, documents...
It's fine.
I feel like documents or logs either, like, stand for themselves or they don't. You shouldn't need to annotate every single line and say, here, he's employing this abuse tactic. Don't describe the abuse tactic. That's for the readers to interpret, right? When you're presenting it with your narrative intertwined so heavily, I just see it as like, are you worried that the audience isn't going to see what you see? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. It's a lot of tech. It's a lot of text, though. I understand the feeling compelled to clarify for the people who are, you know, not paying super hard attention to things or like kind of skimming it. I understand that impulse. It's not a good idea, but I understand the impulse, and it doesn't like, it doesn't make it any less, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that I judge them for it. I'm just saying, like, if let's say this person like died a year ago, right? There's no way to like actually morally judge them or insult them or, you know. But looking at it as like evaluating, what do I think about this? Like as a piece of, as like a work, right? As like a persuasive piece that you should take seriously for like allegations. I usually think intertwining narrativization with the evidence so concretely. That always gives me just a little bit of salt, you know, a little grain of salt.
I think when there's you know, showing in-depth logs and then explaining their why they're including this log, I think that's fine because I can separate that in my mind as to like their narrativization, and I get a better look into their mindset and what they're trying to show me versus what they're actually showing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
I personally like that.
Yeah, in terms of the explanation of why, you can see this conversation, this happens, that happens, yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
So that's the final conversation. Since Thor refused to talk, I decided to message Shay about it. I explained my situation with Shay, and when asked if it was true, I sent screenshots of the conversation where I guided Thor to my hotel room. Shay was sympathetic, and they would tell me that they and Thor were sexual partners, and that they were in agreement to be open at the con as long as they communicated with each other.
Interesting.
Shay was devastated that Thor broke their trust by sleeping with me, and messaged Thor about his uncommunicated infidelity. Thor blamed me and denied any involvement with either myself or Shay. I left the room.
Don't really care, dude. Nothing is even going on.
I left the room and he blocked me. Ooh, wait, what? Filtered transcript?
Wait, does that have a link that takes you where the DMs are? Like in the...
What, recollection of Twitch?
Like the picture?
Ah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's cool.
I like this website. Okay. Maybe more rape victims should start learning, like, you know, HTML. Okay. Oh, no,
as
we've
far
just
as
read
I
this.
knew, we were... Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. There you go.
Nice. So, public fallout. In early March 2019, I charged back a donation of $800 made in August 2018. Thor would publicly call me out by name and make posts on Twitter. Okay. Wait, why did they charge back a donation? That's in March
Yeah,
2019.
Can you yeah. Can you like charge something back 6 months later because you just don't like them anymore?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know about I don't think so.
On March 6th, 2019, I lied to PayPal, saying that an $800 donation was intended to be $8.00. I explained
Oh
that there
my
was a
God.
technical issue that led to this incident. I pointed to all the small donations I had made at the time and established that as a pattern for my spending. I also included that I contacted the recipient to try and resolve the issue. Bro,
Why would you show anyone this?
you're just admitting to, like, fraud, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay.
Also, did they just dox their name here? Did you? Yeah, see?
Jonathan Crawford.
Yes. Oh my
I'm
God.
guessing that they're fine with it being public.
I guess. I hope so, as it is now.
Huh. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Like, this is illegal to do. You can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Indeed.
financial fraud. Ugh.
How old are they now? They're like
27.
20.
2018, they were 21.
Yeah. Okay, you're too old for this.
Reflection. I understand now that that I was put under financial pressure from Thor, both towards his Kickstarter and also to him directly. Donate your savings. These pressures would coerce me to make unreasonably large donations. Wait,
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's in reflection. So what were they thinking at the time? They just hated this guy and wanted to fuck him over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Donate your savings. So this is all the way back in August of 2018.
Okay.
That one night, I asked you how much to make Heartbound free. I was thinking about dumping my entire savings into it, but what I have is nowhere compared to what those companies offered you, XD.
Holy shit.
I mean, I'm not using it anyway.
It wouldn't make the game free, but it would definitely make it so we didn't have to worry about shit anymore. Lol.
Taking the life savings of a 20-year-old college student. Cool.
That's not coercing, though.
Streams up.
That's somebody making
No, it's not
the offer.
coercing.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks. You shouldn't do it, but you can't charge that back.
Yeah.
That's like tax on being young and stupid. Like I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Okay, donate $50.
You crazy wolf. You better be okay financially.
What? Yeah, dude. I got that sick YouTube ad revenue.
Do you really?
I suppose. I didn't know that would be considered good. Considering I never really got into the real world of working a full-time job and paying rent and stuff. Only thing I have to pay are, let's call them educational expenses.
Well, I have that knowledge. What's your monthly income?
If I did something that put me in financial danger, then I wouldn't be able to support you in the future. So, logically, I would never donate more than I'm able to.
Also, that's super good to hear. I worry about things.
From YouTube, job, and donations, I make around $1,000 a month.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Not a full-time kind of thing, but definitely helps.
A lot of it goes into investments.
Stock investments?
Yeah, sort of.
Oh, rich kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm?
Lots of mixed stuff. ETFs, real estate, stocks.
Not a bad choice.
But yeah, pretty much stocks. Ah, okay, and that's where that message is from, about the $50.
Yeah.
Okay. This is making me less and less and less sympathetic. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole portion is not good.
Also, to him directly, donate your savings. That is not a quotation. I don't know why they've included that as a quotation.
Yeah.
Feedback. Shay would later claim, quote, "We were not contacted to discuss his interest in a chargeback until early March. Speaking to PayPal representatives, the case was not open until March 6th. As an artist who's received chargebacks numerous times and had to file a few of my own, that is not how it works." I do wonder why Shay said this, considering I did contact them about chargebacks on February 2nd, 2019. I believe that Thor and Shay just want to make sure that the perception of their side of the story is entirely unquestionable, to get as many people on their side as possible. I believe that if I tried to reply to this at the time, I would have just been accused of falsifying emails. You're welcome to attempt
The
a chargeback, and I will be disputing it if you do so. Have a nice day. Thanks, Thor. The donation webpage did not confirm with me the amount. To my recollection, nothing was out of the ordinary with the PayPal payment window. The chargeback window for PayPal credit is 6 months. I'm entitled to file a chargeback if I desire so.
Fraudulently.
An entry in your live donation banner is in no way, in any form, a payment confirmation at the point of sale. I hope you come to understand that. As I said, I'd rather not have make this a headache for either of us. Don't get stuck on this level. Thanks, Lyric Wolf. So is this right in the chain? Wait, this is the wrong way around. Oh, it's a fucking email chain, of course. Okay. Sorry, let's read it from the bottom.
Okay.
Nick Andros, you okay reading with me?
No, I think I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay, fair play, mate. I'll chat to you later.
Good night.
See ya.
Night. Okay, if I do private software, pirate software, could you do the twink?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here we are.
Dear Pirate Software, I am writing to request a refund on the donation placed by Lyric Wolf on August 27, 2018 in the amount of, well, I assume 19 is what they meant. In the amount of $800. Please process the refund as soon as possible. Thank you for your cooperation. Have a nice day. Sincerely, Lyric Wolf.
No, they didn't mean 2019, because this is sent in
No?
February of 2019. This donation was ordered back in
duh.
August of 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just within the
So,
window, it looks like.
Yeah, but even so, the window, I'm pretty sure is like if there was something wrong, not like
Yeah, some
like
kind of
oh
fraud or
you
something
want
like
your
that.
money back.
Mm.
Yeah, like so this is the fraud window that they chose to go. Like literally saying that they meant to donate $8 instead of $800. That is fraud. You can get in trouble for that. $800 is not nothing.
Also, a donation to a live streamer is not. It's processed as a sale, but it's not a sale.
Yeah.
And it's not quite a gift, but it's more like a tip, right?
Yeah, it's a tip.
Yeah. In fact, I think
And
apparently
you do see how
on a
much
lot
you
of-
send.
on a
Yeah.
lot of websites, they don't actually want to use the term donation, because it's
Yeah.
technically, in terms of tax, it's not a donation. It's a tip. It's
Right.
a super thanks. It's something else. It's some other kind of thing.
I call it a dono, usually. Tip or a dono.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I sometimes I describe it as a donation, but I'm just saying in terms of like the way it actually
Yeah.
works financially, you know.
Yeah, tax stuff. Yep.
Hi. As listed on our donation page, This isn't something we can do. All donations are final. There are no products or services rendered for exchange of your donations. By donating, you agree to not charge back or refund any donations you made and are paying for a virtual product not covered with buyer protections. Thanks. PirateSoftware.
Thank you for your response. The amount donated was not the intended donation amount, intended to be $8. See, this would piss me off so much, the lie. In addition, there was no confirmation on the donation page for the amount in question. I also don't believe that. As you may see from my donation history, I do like to support the streamers I love, but this amount is completely absurd. I did not agree to donate in that amount. I hope that you understand that I am not remorseful for donating to you. Rather, there seemed to be a technical issue at the same time. I've thought this through and would rather not make this a headache for either of us. I will gladly donate the correct amount once the issue is corrected. Thank you, Lyric Wolf. Deranged.
Hi. The page carries a confirmation prompt with every donation. As you paid via PayPal, you have a mandatory checkout page for every donation. Further, your name was displayed in the donation banner with $800 next to it for the next several months. PayPal allows you 120 days for chargebacks. You waited 159 days to bring this to our attention, and you are no longer eligible for a chargeback to charge back this donation. As per the public policy that you agreed to when making this donation, we will not be refunding your donation. Thank you. PirateSoftware.
Hello, the donation webpage did not confirm with me the amount. To my recollection, nothing was out of the ordinary with the PayPal payment window. The chargeback window for PayPal credit is 6 months. I'm still eligible to file a chargeback if I desire to. An entry in your live donation banner is in no way, in any form, a substitute for payment confirmation at the point of sale. I hope you can come to understand that. As I said, I'd rather not make this a headache for either of us. Don't get stuck on this level. Thanks, Lyric Wolf. This is such bullshit.
This is.
I can't. Why would you tell anyone this?
I don't know. Maybe they think they've been fucked over, or I think we're going to see in a second. So, public references. Charging back
is that the end?
Not just
that
yet.
Was the end of the emails?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, then in April, charging back an $800 donation 192 days after giving it to a small indie studio results in situations like this. As someone scamming us out of our income, I will fight you into the ground to prevent you from making a single cent off of our work. Okay. So they did manage to get their... Oh, they did manage to get their... okay, refund. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Bullshit. This is... Yeah. Lyric sent a message to Thor requesting a refund of the donation under the pretense that they see... Wait. Hold on. I'm reading it.
No, oh, sorry.
Under the pretense that there seemed to be a technical issue at the time of the donation. You can actually fuck this person over for fraud. Like,
yeah.
This is so fucked. Like, this is stupid tax, and you clearly are rich if your monthly income is going straight into real estate. Please.
Or ETFs or stocks, yeah. Even to the point where, like, now they're admitting, yeah, I lied.
I lied. So on March 6, 2019, I lied to PayPal. Yeah, cool. Why would you
as well,
show this?
If they didn't have this whole, donate your savings angle, they would absolutely still continue to lie during this. There is no way they would be contrite and be honest with no other reason. They have to, so that they can talk about this financial abuse that they're apparently under. There is no other reason.
Yes. Well, I hope they get, gaped
Jail.
over that. Personally.
Jail.
Yeah, prison.
You live in You live in the United States of America, okay? People who abuse your financial systems, should get sent to Guantanamo Bay, okay? There is no reason
mean-
why this should be allowed.
Yeah, I mean yeah, I agree with this.
I might reply to this person and tell them it needs to be in debtor's prison. Anyway.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum. Okay, call me out by name. Where the fuck is that? Oh, here we go. Okay. Thor would talk about the chargeback on his stream and in his community, specifically calling me out by name. Always cool to see an $800 chargeback 212 days after the donation. Ask PayPal, what exactly is going on here? And why was this allowed past the 120-day limit? Hey, Ask PayPal, we haven't heard back from your support team in over 48 hours. Still waiting on a response to a serious chargeback issue. Contact at PayPal via DMs to resolve a chargeback dispute. Okay, so he's not naming them anywhere here, is he?
Yeah.
And then, oh my fucking god, he mentions it in fucking Twitch
Oh, there's
chat.
a clip. There's
Okay.
a clip.
Poor zealous kumquat, Charlie bit me.
Do you guys remember Lyric Wolf? He donated $800 to us in a donation. He just reversed it.
Okay.
It was in August of last year. He just charged back to our PayPal, putting our PayPal into negative balance, and they've locked our PayPal account.
Damn.
I mean,
Yeah. Days, and it's definitely past that limit, and PayPal's still.
damn. That
Yeah.
second puberty thing is kind of crazy. I need
That
that
is,
same kind of vocal surgery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, no. Wrong.
yeah.
I need to go back.
Do you guys remember Lyric Wolf?
I mean, that's not slandering them. That's just saying
Yeah,
what
no.
happened to what seems like a teeny tiny
Just
little
literally.
shit of stream at the time.
And didn't slander, just said exactly what happened. Just remember this person, they donated this amount, they just charged it back, even
Yeah.
though it was past the date. That's all that they said.
They completely fucked themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. On April 5th, wait, okay. On April 1st, 2019, Thor filed a DMCA claim against my YouTube channel. Okay, wait. Oh, okay, so they'd done covers of his music, and then he got DMCA strikes. Okay, you've received a copyright strike. Thor's public portrayal. In response to my Twitter post, Thor would claim that his strike was to prevent me, a scammer, from profiting off his work. I mean, is this tit for tat?
Oh.
Do we think this is fair enough?
It was
The
Lyric
piano
Wolf
things.
did covers.
Mm.
Oh, did covers
Or
of
they did
of
piano
PirateSoftware.
versions of the song of the things in the video game. Yeah,
I think that's fine. Yeah.
to issue a
I
copyright
really don't
strike.
care. I mean,
I feel like it's
I
probably tit for
would-
tat, realistically.
I think it's tit for tat. I think generally no, but like in most situations no.
Mhm.
But this is a special like $800 PayPal in the negative
Yeah.
situation.
If somebody
So.
charged back $800 worth of donos to me, I would absolutely copy strike them. If they had like
I
fucking
mean,
if they had
if they were
copyrighted shit on
using
their
your
fucking
work-
channel. Yeah.
Yeah, if they were using your work, definitely yeah, I think that's a valid option to take. Yeah, out of retribution.
Noted, dickers. Nate, if you
Sounds
charge
like
back any of your
Steven.
donations, I will find you in real life, and I will. Anyway, I'll unmute for that. God copyright abuse. Yeah, but this isn't to like stop criticism. This isn't to like stifle free speech. This is just tit for tat fuckery. Somebody's done a malicious financial fraud to f you over out of $800 that they've previously given to you, okay? And then you're given a tit for tat and giving them a copy strike on their YouTube channel. So what? This feels like fucking each other back and forth. I don't know. This feels very reciprocal to me.
Yeah, I think that it's the reciprocity that make, you know, for the situation, the context of the situation. Like, for instance, Westside Tyler copy struck British Runner's AI song that he made with the, you know, "Could you please stop talking about my dick" song that Tyler made up. So he just had to cut it from the video, so the video's still up. And I'm like, that's a bitch thing to do, because all he did was make a video. But in this case, I can see it. I think that's fine.
Yeah, and it's part of like a transformative piece. Like, did British Runner, like, did he generate the AI song?
Yeah, he generated it. Yeah, it doesn't sound like the thing that he sung.
Because the thing is, even if you're going to talk about it legally, covers are not covered by copyright. They're not considered transformative necessarily.
Yeah.
Unless you do like loads to like zhuzh up and make essentially an original song. I think that it
didn't sound the same at all. And it wasn't completely the same. It wasn't like word for word. Yeah.
There. Bum. Well, if they did that, he should have went through the proper channels. I agree, right? But this isn't anything that's actually going to take down the channel. If he like took down their channel, which was like a source of income for them, right? It's like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
I think that would be too much.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in the context of like, this is clearly a rich kid that is, you know, that did something that they shouldn't have done. You know, if they were like disabled and relying on this income, then I might be like, you know, a little bit more, you know.
Like, I'm not saying that this is good, and I'm not even saying that this is like justified. It was righteous for him to do this. I don't morally condemn him for doing it, though. It just seems like Spurg tit for tat, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Thor employed an us versus them narrative, where he portrays himself as the victim of a scammer, and me as a villain who is trying to profit off of his work. Thor, small good guy, Lyric, big bad guy. Well, while his narrative would prove to be effective, the premise that I even made any money off of his work was unfounded. While it tends to be broadly accepted that YouTubers make money off of videos, I turned off monetization on my videos related to Heartbound by his own request. Ooh, okay, this might change things. Thor reached out to me about 24 hours after I published my first Heartbound video. Great cover, but unfortunately, you monetized the video, which is against our content guidelines. Please refer to the FAQ regarding commercial use of our content. Please either contact us for a license or remove advertisements on the video. Aside from this, nothing in the video description leads anyone to our game or company. Please add crediting to things like this to avoid users thinking that you are the original creator. I will check back in 24 hours to see if updates have been made. Okay. So I've added go on.
I've added a more descriptive description to the video. I've also removed ads for the video until we can come to a licensing agreement. Thor's email to Lyric.
Is this the right way around? Let's go. Okay.
Let's see. Descriptive. Okay, what does he say after this? We just read. Oh, would it be okay to discuss the terms of the license here, or would you like me to contact the licensing email address? Thanks, Lyric Wolf.
Definitely heads
Hey
up.
there.
Go PirateSoftware plus licensing at gmail.com. So it will go through the proper filters. Thank you for modifying the video.
Okay, no, this is also Thor.
Hello. No news from YouTube yet, unfortunately. Still waiting on their support team to respond.
Hey, any news on this yet? Would it be okay to publish another one with proper credits and no monetization yet?
Okay.
If I were PirateSoftware, I wouldn't have given an option for licensing in this case.
Yeah.
You know?
Also,
I'd just be like,
yeah. Cool.
take it down. You know?
Yeah.
Like he set out these terms, so you know you can't set out these terms and then ignore them and strike them anyway.
Also, he never said anything about monetization, right? Did he? Oh,
No,
no. You unfortunately monetize
he
your
talked
video,
about-
which is okay. Yeah, okay, fair
Yeah,
play
it
then.
says contact us for license. Yeah.
We never reached a licensing agreement. After I followed up with my request for a license, I would give Thor advice on YouTube's CMS system. In a screenshot I sent to Thor in our Discord DMs, I show him content usage policy. It shows that I had monetization turned off. Thor's free publicity. Despite the fact that he did not permit my video to be monetized, Thor would encourage me to make more content with his song.
Wait, is this after he charged back?
No. This is before. I think this is before they even started DMing, I believe.
Wait, then why would he copy strike?
That was after the chargeback.
Or this is before.
So February of 2018, Lyric Wolf starts making the things. I think it's August 2018, they start DMing and ERPing. October, things get awkward. Then believe it's February of 2019, the chargeback happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, following this, I would arrange for at least 20 songs from Heartbound for Thor, though only 3 were published due to my release schedule. Okay. I believe wanting more content is generally a normal thing for a game developer to want. However, it should be noted that Thor went out of his way to ensure I was not monetizing my videos, while encouraging me to make more content for him. No, you offered and he said yes. Right?
Wait, can you click on that? Oh, that's it?
Yeah. Hey Thor, should I do every Heartbound song? Dude, yes. And that's apparently encouraging me to make more content for him, which is essentially free publicity for him. After he got the free publicity, he would weaponize my content by submitting a copyright strike against my channel while publicly claiming I was scamming him. Okay, I'm not sure if I care, but it seems shitty, especially if he's lied to the public about that. That makes me think that makes me think quite poorly of Thor, but I don't know if that changes my opinion about the strike.
Wait, so Thor's going back and striking those videos that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was chill with them before. Then they get refunded the $800, and he puts a copyright strike on them just to kind of fuck with them. But then he lies and says that they were scamming him, and well, no, actually that was true. They did scam him, but he lies and said, "I'm not going to have these people making money from these videos." Blah 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 blah. Right?
Wait, so was he trying to make sure it wasn't monetized before or after?
Before.
Like the stuff. Oh, okay. So that stuff with the email.
But I mean, technically, there's nothing
I
stopping
thought that was
him
after.
from changing it to start monetizing, I guess, right?
I thought that like the back and forth with the emails, the licensing stuff, I thought that was after
No.
the chargeback. Oh, okay.
That was all before, when they were on
see
good
it.
terms.
Yeah, so okay, so basically it seems like he wanted to keep some distance in that maybe he didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I don't know.
Some distance. How do you mean distance?
Like distance between them
Business-wise and emotionally?
like professional, like publicly professionally.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Like
That's a good
have
reading.
someone else handle it and not mix, since they're ERPing, not make them like an openly public friend of the content.
I think that
creator
makes
or
sense.
something.
Yeah. I think that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Okay. So here are 3 aspects. On April 5th, 2019, I posted about the strike on Twitter, and Thor would continue to call me out on the chargeback. I responded with a Google Doc, recounting my experience with Thor at TwitchCon. There were 3 aspects of Thor's defense. Thor is divorced, Lyric docs Thor, Lyric planned this, and he is a scammer. In reality, Thor was married from October 17th, 2015 to February 18th, 2020. Okay, whatever the reality is,
So
I think it could well be that they're just separated. And so asking about his marriage is like a touchy subject.
yeah. Yeah.
None of the public messages, images, or metadata
Okay,
include
bro,
any
you're getting
personal
too big for your
information,
boots.
except for Lyric's phone number occurring
How
twice.
much for furry ERP? Aiden does it for free BTW.
That's going to have to be at least, Australian. I don't know, it's like 50 didgeridoos and 2 kangaroos. But thank you for the 3 Australian one day. Thank you very much. None of the public messages, images, okay. Thor's actions towards me were focused on financially exploiting me. He would also reward me with unprovoked sexual attention after large donations.
Okay, what's that?
I'm guessing that's just going to be
Those are
him.
links, right? Oh yeah, there's the plush. The plush. Cool. The Kickstarter, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems like there was sex and everything. Wait, what's the link about being married?
Okay. Wait. Thor's defense. One sec.
Oh, okay.
Thor and I weren't together, and him and his wife are divorced. You tried to push yourself onto him, and then onto me when he rejected you. Whoa! Okay, gay drama. Okay, let's examine how Thor defends himself against the claims made in my document. The statements below are Thor's claims, which can be deduced because they are not speculation, or because they are claimed by Shay. So, Thor is divorced. Here's Shay. This is their username.
Oh, okay.
Except he didn't ever do that. Thor and I weren't together, and him and his wife are divorced. You tried to push yourself onto him, and then onto me when he rejected you. Did you forget all the time you spent on my arm at TwitchCon? Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. From what I gathered, you've totally made up this part about him sleeping with you and his wife at the same time, because he is not with his wife, so GG on that one. Additionally, regretting a relationship and sexual interactions after the fact does not mean he used you. True? I don't think they're romantic either, considering they're divorced, but okay. Lyrics docs
Okay, so
Thor
Shay
slash
is not
altered messages.
on board.
No, doesn't seem like it. I agree, but Lyric released Telegram chat logs.
Which included Thor's real personal phone number.
So he's essentially gotten doxxed, and people have already started subscribing him to shit with his phone. Statements made by my
But Lyric
partner.
is saying it's his.
It's Lyric's phone number, apparently.
Hmm.
But wouldn't it include both? Okay. Okay. As part of his personal attacks, he posted numerous chat logs, some of which were modified and contained our lead developer's personal phone number / contact info. The claims he's making have led to his community attacking us on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and over Thor's personal phone number.
So Shay works with PirateSoftware at the game studio or something.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Lyric planned this because he's a scammer. Just seems that's retarded. I don't really care about what they have to say on that. That's just hearsay or speculation on their part. Okay.
Yeah.
So, his defense was effective at the time. Oh, you wanted to read about the marriage?
Yeah.
Wait, this is about the
Okay.
filings. Wait, Jason and Nicole are no longer live in the same house.
February 21st, 2019. Okay.
Okay.
Who cares?
I don't know. They've got the fucking marriage and divorce records!
Oh my god.
Bro.
Listen. Destiny could never. There's not enough Vyvanse in the world.
They haven't just written a Google document, dude. They've programmed a fucking website. I mean, it's good.
Yes.
I like it. It's like cool.
Pretty epic. I know. I wish that they were all like this.
But unfortunately,
I wish I had someone to help me do this with Edwin. That would have been awesome. Maybe someday.
Okay. Wait, you made a document about Edwin?
You got dicked. Okay, bro.
No, this is a whole. I'm not gonna get into it.
When is the content gonna start, Mr. Rick?
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Someday I'll tell you this lore. I'll explain this lore to you.
And that's with Edwin's
it's too much
generation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I chased him. Yeah. Not like Chud chases.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Different.
That was my
Different.
I forgot I had
No.
face cam on. You can see when I'm frowning.
Yeah.
When is the content gonna start? The content has already started, okay? The live stream is in session. Fuck you. Thank you for the 5 Canadian. Okay. I mean, you can be broken up and still living in the same house. Yeah. I mean, I've been broken up with partners before for like months before we eventually actually like physically split and move out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's not fucking fun either. And yeah, I can understand him
It's
being
not
asked
fun.
about that, and then it's like, yeah, you've dropped a big fucking awkward bomb or whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah. You don't want to fucking talk about it.
Yeah, especially
You just
want to
goon to furries.
Honestly, you
just
want
wanna
to at the bar.
have
You just want to have fun or whatever, right?
Or if you're erudite, make out with a random guy and lick his finger.
They weren't even separated at the time, right? I think her husband was in the fucking same room. Was she?
Yes, he was dressed as a cow. He had a little cow collar and cow ears and shirtless, and he's just dancing alone. Alone. It was so sad.
Are they
and
still...
she just has her hand wrapped around his head, just making out with him and shoving his finger in her, on her, in
Are
her,
they still open?
inside of her. I don't think, no. She said no.
What's the deal with her and Morale then?
That's a good question. I think maybe he's her patient, her first patient for the incel ranch. The horse camp for troubled young men.
I thought that was for alcoholics,
Maybe
but I guess maybe she's changed tracks now.
Oh no. She absolutely talks about wanting to save young men, groom them. Wait a second.
Shut the fuck
I don't know if I'm ever
up.
going to stop being interested in like young men.
People
Probably don't
run.
maybe know this about me. I worked in a young sex offender wing.
What? Worked as what? The ringleader? Or what does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
She's the helper. So yeah, that makes sense, right?
Okay, that does make sense. You've got access to these fucking voice lines way too quickly. Holy shit. Okay.
I feel that I'm muscle memory.
Okay. Bomb. Okay. My silencing.
You got dicked. Okay,
Fucking
bro,
hell,
you're getting
Mark.
too big for your boots.
Jesus Christ, mate.
Erudite is the only thing keeping Mro from jumping.
Okay. Well, for some people, okay, heroin is the only thing keeping them from jumping. It's still a negative influence on your life, right? That's all I'm saying.
I just got raped, dude. I just got fucking raped.
Oh no, Mra. Okay.
Oh no,
okay.
bro!
Fucking hell.
Bro, no!
My silencing. I found another romantic partner in January 2019. Thor and Shay would contact my partner to convince them of my wrongdoing. They told my partner that I dox them, attack them, and propose a solution. Okay. I'm trying to click on the source.
Woof.
Stop with that! Okay.
I'm done. Someone said it in chat. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. I did. I read that by Doug Nugget. I was like, that phrase feels. I feel like I recognize. I don't know where though. Okay, cool. Right. So, been attacking us daily on Twitter. As for the attack message and posted recently as yesterday, I hope the conversation with him will get him to stop. Oh, so they're contacting them and asking him to like, can you please get him to stop like freaking the fuck out? It seems like. Okay.
Ooh. My partner tries to convince me. Oh no.
Okay. Hello, Private Parts. We're talking about your favorite person. How's it going? Private Parts, if you don't remember, was the guy who was DMCA claimed by PirateSoftware for for voicing or for using a voice line in his streamer game, or not even for saying on Reddit that he was going to, and then he immediately got a DMCA claim. And so maybe I'm being a little bit too charitable to Private Software when I talk about his copyright strike to this piano person.
That's true.
Although Private Part didn't do anything to Thor. But maybe it's a pattern of behavior that I'm not appropriately dealing with. So I'll take the L on that, actually. Okay. So in April of 2019, I was coerced to delete all of my posts. However, Thor and Shay did not delete any of their messages as promised, instead leaving all their Twitter replies and Discord posts public, making it look like I was remorseful because of my stunt, because my stunt didn't work, and further cementing the image of a scammer. I mean, you did. You just have to, like, you've made your bed at that point, right? They've just got to fucking lie in it. You've charged back $800 from the guy. Set his fucking PayPal balance into the fucking negative. Yeah, I'd imagine that being incredibly stressful for somebody. If they want to label you as a scammer, you just have to accept that because you commit financial fraud. The effects on my life. During these events, I was in college, double majoring in mechanical engineering and aerospace engineering. I maintained a 3.92 GPA over my first 4 semesters. That's not bad, right? That's pretty good, in fact.
I have no idea.
Wait, are you Canadian?
What? No.
You're American.
I didn't go to like real official college.
Oh, okay.
Stuff. I went to fake born-again Christian schools mostly.
Fair play. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So I maintained apparently out of 4. Okay. So a 3.92 GPA of my first 4 semesters. After the events mid-Fallout 2018, my next GPAs were 2.76 and 2.57. After that semester, I dropped out. I mean, realistically, usually for people having like an awful, like academic performance or an academic performance that like slumps down massively, I would wager, given having read these person's writings, okay, they probably have severe mental health issues. It's not going to be like one thing that's going to make it impossible for you to like appropriately, you know, kind of compete at like university, right?
Well, yeah, and I think this is why, you know, it was a good target for someone like PirateSoftware to be manipulative towards, which would be fine if it was someone who also was experienced enough to fight back. But, you know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I wonder what his Asian parents thought. Well, I think it is normal, especially with the first 4 semesters. That's like the first year of your first year in college, right? How many semesters do you have? Well, you've got 3 semesters.
Yeah, the first you have 4.
4. Okay. Well, I think it's quite normal after at least
there's like
in the UK.
3 months in a semester.
Especially after the first year at college. Wait, there's 2 semesters. Oh,
no.
Okay. So there's a Brit and there's a never colleger talking about
2
UK semesters. Okay. So the first 2 years at university
they're in
they
the
did pretty
UK?
well. No, you and I'm from the UK, and you never went to American university, so we're kind of like wading our way through this, trying to understand. Okay. Nice. So, in April 2019, when I tried to speak out on Twitter, Thor turned everyone against me. I thought if I stayed honest, that I'd be able to be given an opportunity to explain myself. Instead, I had people vandalize my Google Doc, say I was appropriating the narrative of real victims, accuse me of doxing and attacking Thor. I mean, cry, I guess.
Yeah.
I felt abandoned by everyone. That was once a desire to create free educational content. What was once a desire to create free educational content was replaced by feelings of inadequacy and abandonment. I posted less and less, and I stopped making content entirely in 2023. In February 2022...
Do we really care about effects on their life?
I don't know if I do, to be honest.
I don't think so either.
Because it just seems like whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I think, all in all, that's the thing. I think what we really learn about this, PirateSoftware, sorry,
is that all?
PirateSoftware, that's
Did we do all of it?
That's it. For the summary, that's the end. That takes us up to now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
we did it.
We've got through it. Okay. I think personally, this person is clearly quite upset by this. They feel like they've been hard done by PirateSoftware. But realistically, I think PirateSoftware is a cunt. I think he's a cunt. Right? He's a bad guy. He's a dickhead.
Yeah.
I don't like him as a person. He's incredibly condescending.
And he lies.
Yeah. He
lies. He gaslights. Yeah.
He does do the self-victimization shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
100%. But this person is like fucking deranged. And so unfortunately, I think looking at this, I have to kind of support PirateSoftware eventually in the take. This happened like 6 or 7 years ago. And this person just seems like they're on an out and out campaign to like maliciously like hurt this guy's reputation.
I mean, honestly, I think that if someone lied about you, you can talk about it for as long as you want. Like, people could absolutely get sick of it and not want to hear about it. But I think it's reasonable to bring it up for the people who are new in town. The person that they have, good opinions about what they've done, more context as to their character. I think that's fine.
You're getting too big for your boots.
But yeah, this overall is what? Super chat?
No, it's all right. Carry on.
Okay. I think that this is fine for them to want people to know. There's not really anything to do about it, except potentially PirateSoftware might want to use this to submit a fraud to PayPal.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
Like with this specific summary, like this is a new thing. They've never admitted this before in writing.
I don't know.
I
Because
think that
apparently
you could
they've tried
easily.
to put these allegations forward before. They tried before
But
in
have
2020.
they specifically? But have they written out? I lied this date. I lied to PayPal. Here are all the receipts.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
That's what I mean. If I were him, I would do that. I would contact PayPal with these receipts and be like, you know, get them in trouble. I don't, you know, I think that's reasonable.
Pirate has no reputation. Okay. But my thing isn't, like, okay, I don't like Pirate Software, okay? But I'm not defending Pirate Software. I'm judging them as somebody who is, like, bringing out allegations into the public sphere purely for, like, malicious reasoning. Purely to tear somebody down. Not, I think, because they've got a reasonable kind of, like, assessment of what has been done to them, and they want to make it aware, or they want to, like, alert the public about it. This is clearly just motivated by, like, personal grievance. And so I do think there should be, like,
it's
negative
not like a
social
PSA.
repercussions for it, right?
Yeah. It's like if you had a better view of him and it's worse now, that's fine. If you don't care, then it's fine. I think, you know, it's just, hey, for anyone who wants to know, I mean, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish, but I think putting out something like this where you like get everything off of your chest and like put the information somewhere where it's accessible, I think that's fine. Yeah, probably shouldn't admit to fraud though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so out of between -5 and 5 woofs, how many woofs you giving this?
-5 to 5?
Well, you can say if it's neutral. You can say if you think it's bad. 5 woofs would be very good.
I would give the format maybe like 4 woofs.
I'm giving the format
right?
4
I
woofs
enjoyed.
too.
Yeah. I give the grievances. I give it like an neutral.
I
Like,
give the
you know, as
grievances
far as
1
being-
woof.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that too. I'll give 1 woof to the grievances. I think as far as able to see the reality of the situation clearly, I'm gonna give them like -4 woofs. Like I don't think
agree.
that they really understand. Yeah, like they don't know what's going on.
Overall, though, yeah, with the time considered, the fact they've been over this before, and the fact that they're an obsessed, unhinged freak, overall, final score, -4 woofs. I completely agree. 5 woofs for gooning and format. The gooning was very, very funny to read through, to be honest. So, yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
give
my God.
you and Nick Andros's performances 5 woofs.
It was good.